Well, thanks for tuning in to Indian Trace. This might just turn out to be a frame. This is one compartment that you're looking at here. And I say compartment. To those of you who tune in here all the time, you know what I'm talking about. There's two compartments that I have that I keep the hottest points I've found to date. And hottest is just in my personal tastes and stuff I find. And so as I look at these today, and you can see this is some great angles on this stuff. This is fantastic. Hey, snow, ice, we're frozen out for a little while, so you might as well check out some of the stuff you got that's resting in your cases and your storage places. Look at these points. Now I want to tell you, these points right here came out of one part of this container. They all fit right in here. I mean, just check this out. For those of you who are new, one padded bottom container can hold all these. I didn't even count them yet. It's just a good group, and I put them in there based on personal taste. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at these things. And we'll just go in clockwise and just have a good time in the winter here. These are just, to me, my very favorites. I have other things that are favorites. You know, we all do that. We shift around, but in terms of the 2-inch range, I'll put it that way. These are some of my very greatest points that I've found and been most thankful for. This is one of my all-time favorites here, so I'm just going to pick this one up. This was a hidden point. I mean, I barely saw it, and then, you know, it's just a bonus because you check a flake, and it turns out to be a point. This one turned out to be a flat-out stellar. I mean to tell you, right? And like I said, all these are around the 2-inch range, so maybe that's what it is. And this one here, if I can get my focus in, it's just a fabulous thing. Its brother, 20 yards away, was this black one. Natural light today, I just couldn't give it up. Look at this piece. Just to give everybody a little look at these things in their construct. Great points. Worthy of my display case. And this is looking like it's going to be a nice frame someday right here if I keep it this way and don't add anything else to it. But I can broaden it out. I can put some things in the corners. Look at this piece here. This piece is real special to me. These are not all going to be perfectly balanced, but there's a lot of aspects about them that just make them my favorites. You can see the little beat up little wear. This one I found in my backyard. Well, 50 yards off my back fence. I've got a hot site. Now they have put it into an athletic field now. I only had one collecting, but I found some great stuff, and I'm positive of it. Over 20 pieces. I found out they're artifacts. Not all whole, but this one is. And I was just heartbroken. They made it into an athletic field and it's gone under grass. I know just where it is, though. I don't know if that'll last. It's just a field. It's not really an athletic field like as in sports, but we'll see. I'll keep you posted. That point, to me, is just awesome. Briarlight. Skipping up here, I found this at the Archaic. It's got a beveled back edge. Nice artifact. This is one of the first really great pieces I found over at Crystal Beach in Site 5E. Loved it. Look at this. All the 2-inch range. Just great. And some people put shouts outs that said this camera's doing great for the close-up to see the grain and the material. Look at this point from the Cascade in Site 6. I found this in the frozen last winter. Frozen in. It was difficult to get out. One of the most difficult points I've ever had to get out of the ground. Well worth it though. And look at this one, if you could see the colors if it was wet. One of the earliest and first points I've ever found at Mecca was this arrowhead. And just stellar all around. And I wanted you to see this thing because they had some, those guys are nappers out there. I'm friends with some of them. Look at this. Okay, watch closely. you're going to know what you see here. Funny, huh? Stack they just left there. I guess they couldn't get it off, right, guys? Because other than that, this piece is absolutely great to me. Great colors on it, great arrowhead. Well, I don't even think that takes away from it. I don't want to put it that way, but look at this. Another one of the early points of my early hunting, and I'm still young. I haven't hunted much, but look at this group. I mean, to tell you. So I'm just putting up this thankful video today. This was one of the first pieces ever at the Archaic. Really unique. If I can get a good camera on this to show you guys. The back is ground. This is ground through there. And smooth as can be, like the Archaic, right? Here's a good shot of it. Good stuff to share in the winter, keep us warm. We're expecting God-forsaken 5 to 8 inches more rain. Another one from the Archaic right here. Really great stem point, unique as can be. Love it. This is a recent find out at Notchville in Site 3. Little Pickwick, and I love it. Had to put it in that compartment. Here's something from Saponi. I don't think this one was on film though. So it's its debut, I guess, you know. Great looking material. Smokers all around. A round table of them. And then these three in the middle. This was from Jump Off, I call it. Site 5. Unique as can be. It is ground on the bottom. For those of you who are asking yourself that question. And so is this one. Found at the Archaic. Oh, excuse me, at W Properties. That's a neat point right there. And as I finish up, this is one of my favorite early finds again. And they're all early because I guess I'm new. So check these out. This point was just great to me, just the favorite size and look. So all in all, you really can't go wrong with these points, and I figured I would just share them as points that are dear to me, that I keep on top shelf, and someday they'll find a good place in a frame. Thanks for tuning in to Indian Trace.